Okay, so as you guys know, recently Ironmouse has been in the kind of news, I guess, if you want to call it that, for a multitude of different reasons. She's been very, very popular for many things and has been catching herself in quite a bit of drama, right? Obviously, with the whole Streamer Award stuff, the start of the year, and then we had the kind of trampoline stuff. We had stuff in between that as well, the Cry For Me stuff. Then we had the trampoline clip as well, which obviously blew up. And then we had recently the NTE stuff where people were not happy with her over her AI kind of stuff as well. And obviously her talking about how the company allegedly lying to her, which obviously a lot of people were not happy, saying that like there's no proof of that, which of course, is pretty interesting, right? And I think it's, pretty safe to say whether you like Ironmouse or not, she is very popular. She is very, people talk about her a lot. People mention her a lot, and she is a face that is very recognizable whenever it comes to VTubers, right? And it seems like recently this has been taken advantage of by a lot of people, especially within ad companies and stuff like that, as this has actually been going pretty popular on the Ironmouse subreddit here, saying, is this legit Ironmouse sponsor or should it be reported? And yeah, as you guys can see here, it is an ad that has come up on YouTube Shorts, it looks like to me. And of course, yeah, it's an AI version of Ironmouse, which obviously it looks like a model. It's got the horns, it's got the, little, what do you call it? I forgot what you call that. Let me know in the comments if you know what that's called. I forgot it. Is it like an ahoge? Is that what it's called? Or is that something else? I don't know. The little heart thing. Anyways, of course, you got the purple and the pink, hair, and yeah, it's Ironmouse, right? I don't think I really need to explain it. And obviously they've put her in some kind of, other costume here, and you can very clearly tell it's AI generated by the, pattern here, right? And obviously the AI generated part is not the important part here. It's obviously them using Ironmouse's model and Ironmouse's likeness to promote their game. And as you see here, it says piano game for EDM tiles. So it's one of those piano games, and it seems like they're using anime characters as well to kind of, intrigue people, right? Because of course, if you promote a piano tile game on its own, people aren't going to care. But whenever you had, waifus to it, damn, that's a pretty intriguing game all of a sudden. Maybe I want to play that one. And that's how gacha games work. No, I'm joking. But I do think it is pretty interesting. And of course, they have heavily promoted this, as you guys can see, with the 167,000 likes, it seems like, which obviously is very, very interesting. And of course, yeah, it sucks. It sucks that, Ironmouse is being used like this because, as I said, you don't have to like her opinions and stuff of all of the other things that happens before, but I don't think it's very fair for any VTuber or any content creator to be used as an advertisement when they haven't been, paid or notified or, told about it, right? And of course, it is very clear that Ironmouse does not know about this because we all know her stance on AI, right? Yeah, I think it is pretty obvious that they have just used her likeness, and I think it comes from a place of companies not really knowing about VTubers, right? As you guys can see from the piano game 4 thing here, essentially, this is a popular anime character. I'm pretty sure she's from My Hero. Don't quote me on that one. I think she's from My Hero. And it seems that they're using anime characters, as I said, to draw people to play the game. But I think with VTubers, it's like it's a bit different, right? Because an anime character is a character, it's like fictional, they're not real. Whereas a VTuber obviously is a real person behind it and everything like that, right? And I think that some companies think it's fair game to use a VTuber's VTuber model just because they look like an anime character, and like they think that they're also fictional, or even not even that case, they might just search up like anime girl, and then it might come up with a VTuber like Ironmouse, and then they'll just go and use it, right? And I think that is essentially what has happened here. They just used someone with a popular likeness and thought that they could use it, which I just don't. Yeah, obviously it's not the case. You can't just go and do that, right? I said I'm 90% sure it's ad slop, but wanted to check before reporting. Note to mods, you said your post has been removed. Apparently it got removed, saying keep posts related to Ironmouse. However, to clarify about this rule, what's allowed, fan art, animations, pixel art that constitute showing Ironmouse next to a VTuber, it's okay. It is not okay to create posts asking about Ironmouse doing a collab or asking about another VTuber's comparisons. And I did comply with the rules. So what's the deal? Apparently, yeah, I don't know why it got taken down, but apparently it's back up now. They said, I would think it is, it isn't because Ironmouse didn't say anything about it, which yeah, obviously it is 100% not Ironmouse endorsed. Like, let's be real. We all know it. saying 100% report those games, just take people that are famous and put them in it without any permission. Saying no, it's AI. Yeah, it's indeed ad slop. Most of these games use AI of popular creators and use it as a trap to get downloads, which yeah, is 100% the case of what is going on here. They say, isn't that the same game that had an AI generated Ironmouse Cry for Me ad before this one? It might do. Again, I haven't seen that one, but I'm not sure. If you're saying report it, saying absolutely not, definitely report it. Nope, not officially licensed usage of our name and likeness, report. So yeah, a lot of people giving their own advice there, saying it's slop. If you zoom in on the icon for the slop game, it contains a very overused artist art. I don't remember who the artist is, but they draw good stuff and people have started using it. So yeah, I think maybe it's using it like a very common style. Apparently this style is quite popular with like a certain AI model or whatever. So that's how you can tell too, because they've been training off of like one artist's art or whatever. So it has a very distinct style, which yeah, apparently that's the case as well. The game creator doesn't have the approval from Ironmouse. It definitely has been made from AI. I don't think so. She didn't report it. Said report it, but it wouldn't do anything. I've reported a game for using a YouTuber's video as their advertisement. The game in the video and the game you download were not the same thing. And yeah, often that is the case, right? 9 times out of 10, the game doesn't even end up being the same game that is shown within the advertisement as well, which obviously is a completely other thing whenever it comes to a scam like this, right? But I do think at the end of the day, yeah, of course, lots of people are saying, well, if you report it, is it really going to make a difference? And honestly, I'm going to say no. I think you should still report it though, because of course, if an ad like this pops up, you should report it and hope that maybe there is a chance that it gets taken down. But usually it requires a large amount of reports or the actual creator themselves to file a claim with YouTube and get it taken down, right? So I just hope that maybe someone, either Ironmouse or someone on her team has just seen this and maybe, started the process to maybe take some action, because of course it is using her likeness to promote a game, which, as I said, she's not being paid for. She's not, endorsing whatsoever. They are literally just using her image to promote their game. And yeah, obviously we can all tell why that's bad, right? I hope we all can tell why that's bad. But again, I think that, it's just one of these things where it's happened quite a lot. I'm pretty sure I've probably covered something like this before in terms of Saba. Not Saba. Ironmouse. Sorry, I was talking about Saba in a previous video. I was thinking about that. But Saba has also been used in a similar fashion, actually, kind of segueing to that. She's been used in like TikTok lives and things to scam people to think that she's actually going live and people will actually gift her, which obviously is just some random dude probably just playing her VODs on TikTok, right? And there's many different things like this that use other VTubers' likeness. And as I said, they feel like it's okay because, it's different to, like a real person or whatever. So they just feel like they can do whatever they want. Because, obviously it's just a drawing to some people, I guess, that are, not within the VTubing space and don't know that either there is a person behind it or they don't care that there is a person behind it and don't think there'll be repercussions for that happening. But I hope there are. I hope there are repercussions for this happening. Of course, if it was, I think it also kind of like adds things in as well with the fact of like Ironmouse is obviously indie. Obviously, she is a very successful indie, so she has plenty of money to probably go after them. But people like, for example, like Hololive and Niji Sanji and stuff, they would obviously be very quick to take down something like this, maybe quicker than maybe Ironmouse or another indie would, because they have those resources. They have, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they at least have some kind of dedicated, space to kind of sort this stuff out, like copyright infringements and taking stuff down or whatever and misinformation. I'm sure they've probably got some people working on that at those kind of agencies. So it's much easier for, say, for example, there's a Hololive talent instead of Ironmouse. It'll be much easier for, Hololive to take it down rather than Ironmouse, who's obviously independent, right? But of course, yeah, I mean, that's probably why they don't do Hololive talents or anything like that, because they know they're going to get their ass whooped by the lawyers or whatever, right? So again, obviously, just be aware of that. If you guys see it, just go and report it or whatever. But hopefully someone on their team does see this post or whatever, and hopefully can sort things out. But yeah, as I said, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.